हेलो स्टूडेंट। अपना नेक्स्ट वार है इंटरफेरोमेट्री में कि व्हाट आर द सोर्स ऑफ लाइट सोर्सेज फॉर इंटरफेरोमेट्री, किन किन को हम लाइट सोर्स के रूप में यूज़ करते हैं और ये किस तरह से फ्लैटनेस की टेस्टिंग में हम इसको अप्लाई करते हैं इसके बारे में इन दो बिंदुओं पे हम आज चर्चा करेंगे। 2 पॉइंट वी विल डिस्कस इन दिस सेक्शन। व्हाट आर द लाइट सोर्सेज ऑफ इंटरफेरोमेट्री? As mentioned earlier, it should be noted that the light source used in interferometry should be monochromatic in nature and their amplitude should be same or at least comparable with each other. Otherwise, interference will not be visible. Ordinary light contains a mixture of light with a number of wavelengths, hence it cannot be considered as a source of light for interferometry. Variety of light sources are available for interferometry work, but the selection of proper source for any application depends on the requirement or result to be obtained by interferometer. Cost and convenience. Characteristics of various light sources are summarized below. Mercury. It is less expensive source having light intensity, and green line can be easily isolated with filter. Since natural mercury contains several isotopes and each isotope emit lights whose wavelength is slightly different from others. As a result, natural mercury light source radiate a mixture of slightly different but close to each other wavelength that can be treated as a monochromatic light. Mercury 198. It is pure isotope produced by neutron bombardment of gold. It is considered to be one of the best sources of very sharply defined wavelength, and fringes are visible in path difference up to 500 mm. Light is emitted when the mercury 190 is excited by microwave producing electric field. It is internationally secondary standard of wavelength. Cadmium. It is only natural material producing spectral line red. Almost completely monochromatic, it can be conveniently used up to a path difference of about 200 mm. Cadmium 114 is official secondary international standard of length. Krypton. It is used in some instruments for advantage of being easily excited. It is not as monochromatic as a krypton 86. Because krypton is mixture of isotopes, it can be used for the path difference of 375 mm. Krypton 86. Krypton 86 lamp produces a spectral line of different wavelength and therefore an elaborate monochromator is required to separate them. Further, its excitation takes place at very low temperatures. So this lamp is used only in standardizing laboratories. It is unable the fringes to be observed with maximum path difference nearing up to 800 mm. Thallium. As 95% of its light is emitted at one green wavelength, it can be used over a reasonable path difference without the use of filter. Sodium. It is used only in application where the interferences path difference does not exceed a few hundreds wavelengths. Usually yellow sodium light is used which contain two separate but closely spaced lines of equal intensity. Helium. Orange line of helium is used where path difference is not large. Gas laser are highly monochromatic light and enable the interference to be observed with enough path differences up to 100 million wavelengths. आपसे हम दो क्वेश्चन छोड़ के पूछ रहे हैं. Why ordinary light cannot be used as a source of light in interferometry? Another one is what are the various light sources commonly used in interferometry? ये हम दो क्वेश्चन है जो आपको करने हैं. Now next is interferometry applied to flatness and testing. Flatness is defined as the geometrical concept of a perfect plane. It is an important function in construction of many technical components where accuracy is a required criterion. For example, controlled flatness is required to provide full contact with the mating part. Flatness is a precondition for a parallelism of nominally flat surface. It is a reliable boundary plan for linear dimension. It also provides locating plans for dependable mounting or assembly of manufacturing the part. Considering the functional role of flatness, the measurement of that condition on the operating surface of manufactured parts in often is important operation of the dimensional inspection process. There are various methods and instruments available for measuring the flatness of a plane. The choice of the best suited method is governed by the various factors such as size and shape of the part, the area to be inspected, its accessibility, and the intersection with other surfaces, and the desired degree of measuring accuracy. Interferometry is one of the precise method for calculating of flatness. In this method, monochromatic light is allowed to fall on the optical flat, which in turn is placed on the surface of a small angle whose flatness is to be calculated. Optical flats are transparent, flat, circular section of small thickness, usually made of clearly fused quartz or pyrex. The optical flat is placed on the surface to be inspected in such a way as to create interference bands observable under monochromatic light. The resulting band patterns permits the object's flatness condition to be evaluated. The principle is explained below. When an optical flat is placed on the surface plate, it makes a very small angle say theta to it. Monochromatic light is known wavelength is allowed to fall in it. This is shown in figure 9.2 on next page. Part of the beam passes through the glass, strike the flat reflecting surfaces and reflected back. The other part of beam is reflected back to air at the lower surface of optical flat. These two beams again recombine and undergo the phenomenon of interference since they are of same wavelength. These result in formation of interfaces fringes as explained in the section 9.2. Earlier we have already discussed this thing in earlier sections. The position of the fringes bits will depend on separation between the surface and the lower surface of the optical flat. Considering that the angle between surface and optical flat is very less, the extra distance that reflected light from the inspected surface travels is 2d more than the reflected light from the optical surface, where d is the separation between optical flat and reflecting surface. For constructive interferences, the phase difference between the rays should be even the multiple of lambda upon 2, where lambda is wavelength of light. 2d is equal to 2n upon lambda upon 2, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3. So d is equal to n upon lambda upon 2. Thus, where there is a separation of ventricle multiple of y upon 2, lambda upon 2 is bright fringes will result. On the other hand, the destructive interference, the phase difference between the rays should be odd multiple of lambda upon 2. 2d is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda upon 2, or d is equal to 2n minus 1 upon lambda upon 4. Thus, the separation giving odd multiple lambda upon 4 will result dark fringes. By studying the pattern of fringes from nature of reflecting surfaces can be studied. A perfectly flat surface will result exactly parallel fringes without any distortion. Deviation from the perfect flatness causes degradations in parallelism of the fringes proportional to flatness of error. नीचे एक सैम्पल क्वेश्चन दिया है, इसको आपको करना है. ये क्वेश्चन दे रखा है. Calculate the difference between height between the slip gauges pi and block as shown in figure 9.5. The number of fringes over the distance is L is equal to 18. The source of light in cadmium wavelength is 9.644 micrometer. ओके, थैंक यू. आगे हम बात करेंगे व्हाट इज़ इंटरफेरोमीटर. इंटरफेरोमीटर कैसे होते हैं, क्या काम करते हैं, कैसे होते हैं. ओके, थैंक्स.